Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 Morning News.
Thanks for joining us here this morning on Sunday, February 26th. You're looking live at Florida Harbor. But right in here, I'll tell you, the forecast is kind of a mixed bag this weekend. Meteorologist Amy Aronson with our update. Good morning.
Good morning, Taylor. Yeah, things are looking up. The fog is dissipating, some sun is trying to break through, and temperatures are responding accordingly. We're already in the upper 30s, low 40s right now, so already feels just a smidge better than it did earlier this morning. These numbers will continue to warm. A milder day ahead of us. We're swapping out the snow showers for near 60-degree temperatures. As we head through the afternoon, it's the mildest between 2 and 4. At that point, we're in the mid to upper 50s today with actually a good amount of sun. Now, this warm-up's not going to last long. I'm actually tracking a new weather maker tomorrow that's going to bring us some changes. I'll let you know exactly what the changes are and what to expect for the rest of the week in just over 10 minutes. Taylor?
It is quiet in Towson this morning after some dangerous incidents that started this year off. Here on Monday, a 17-year-old was shot and killed there. And this week, Baltimore County officials are trying to figure out ways to address crime in the area. Residents say they're not feeling safe. Vincent Hill spoke to a mother who says she needs more than promises from county officials.
A scramble to get crime under control in Towson.
We're openly exploring all avenues.
Increased police patrols, talks of adding more cameras and license plate readers, even a crime walk Wednesday.
You're going to walk tonight to walk the walk literally and show that Towson is, in fact, a safe place to live.
But the sounds of sirens Saturday afternoon has some Towson residents still concerned about their safety.
My worst nightmare is to get the call that I don't have a son anymore.
Her son, a Towson University student, walking by when shots rang out last Monday.
The one off Joppa, I believe.
That shooting left 17-year-old Trayshawn Harmon dead. And it's not the first time her son was close to gunfire.
One night I came to get him. The road's blocked off for a shooting right next to his apartment complex.
That shooting Super Bowl Sunday. Both crimes still unsolved, despite a tough-on-crime stance from Baltimore County Executive Johnny Olszewski.
If you are going to engage in inappropriate behavior, particularly violent behavior, you will be found, you will be held accountable.
If you commit a crime in Baltimore County, we will find you, we will arrest you, and we will prosecute you.
However, according to Baltimore County Police data, last month there were 22 assaults, 2 robberies, and 3 rapes in the area of Towson Town Center. Fox 45 pressing Johnny Olszewski on if enough is being done.
Until we stop crime, we've never done that.
Not the answer this concerned mother wants to hear.
That's where this town is heading, unfortunately, and it's supposed to be a nice college and a nice town, and, you know, it's like nerve-wracking to feel like, you know, is that day ever going to come where he doesn't make it back to his apartment from school or make it to school?
According to Baltimore County Police data, in the last year near the Towson Town Circle, there have been 65 aggravated assaults, 47 sexual assaults, and 22 robberies. Now, the man found guilty of killing a Navy midshipman's mother in Annapolis back in 2021 is going to spend the rest of his life in prison. Michelle Cummings was visiting Annapolis from Texas to see her son inducted into the Naval Academy. She was killed by a stray bullet as she was in her hotel room. Police say Angela Harrod opened fire on 2 people in an SUV on Pleasant Street. One of the bullets traveled to the Graduate Hotel that hit Cummings. Harrod was found guilty in December. He was given 3 consecutive life sentences in court just this past Friday. Cummings' family says the sentence brings them one step closer to closure.
Action impact multiple families. The punishment will never fit what you have taken from us. It will never fit the crime or bring Michelle back.
We did get justice, but like I said before, it's not going to bring my mom back. I mean, it's not going to bring nothing back. I mean, I'm going to have to deal with this for the rest of my life.
Now, Angela Harrod is a repeat offender, and that meant he was supposed to be home on detention at the time Michelle Cummings was shot. Despite this case and others that Fox 45 News has covered, the Maryland General Assembly did not pass legislation that was backed by then Governor Larry Hogan. It would have enacted tougher sentences for repeat offenders. Now, in the days before Governor Westmore's inauguration, we asked if he would back similar bills.
It is something we are going to look at, because we've got to prioritize not just getting these firearms and illegal guns off of our streets. It's also about going after the people who continue to bring them into communities.
Now, when it comes to tougher sentences, State Attorney Ivan Bates is calling on state leaders to pass a bill raising misdemeanor illegal gun possession maximums to 5 years, no matter the offender's age. Currently, a convicted person only has to serve 25% of a jail sentence in most cases. That means less than a year. Some Democrats say they would support this. 2 House bills backed exclusively by Republicans are set to be discussed this week. One would raise the maximum sentence for a second-degree attempted murder conviction from 30 to 40 years. Another would ban plea deals for those convicted of violent crimes. If you want to contact your area lawmaker about crime in your community, point your phone at the screen. That QR code will take you to our website. We've got a list of official emails, phone numbers to your state senators and delegates. Now, after multiple meetings, the Baltimore Collegiate School for Boys is still facing controversy over whether they should remain open or not. That school doesn't know its fate after 3 separate meetings and weeks of uncertainty. It could lose its charter over what the CEO of the school calls technicalities. City School CEO Dr. Sonia Santalese is recommending the school stay open, but the board has not come to a decision.
They have a faculty that really cares strongly about them. They have many young Black professionals in the school building, which is unfortunately a rarity across the system.
Now, that was former city council member Carl Stokes. He says closing the Collegiate School for Boys would strip students from an environment that's set up for them to achieve. And those parents would be left optionless given the performance of city schools.
There's 1,000 or more parents, as well as the students themselves, who have turned up at community meetings around the school, who have turned up at school board meetings, and have said that they are quite satisfied with the education their students are getting.
Although the Baltimore City School Board remains split following last week's meeting, they did vote to delay any decision until this Tuesday. We're going to monitor for that for you here on Fox 45. We want to hear from you, and we invite you to join us for the Your Voice, Your Future Crisis in the Classroom. This town hall will focus on the relationship between crime, poverty, education. It's happening at Hoover Memorial Church this Monday at 7 o'clock, and you can also watch it live on foxbaltimore.com. In other education news, Howard County is now changing the start times for their school the next academic year. The Board of Education approved 3 different start times there. Some schools beginning at 8, others at 8:40, and then some at 9:15. This push is to allow teens to get more sleep. Now, other districts, including Anne Arundel County, have also changed their start times. It pays to be in STEM. That's according to a new analysis from the Federal Reserve. And the central bank's New York location compiled a list of the worst and best college majors. It's ranked by average pay within 5 years of graduating. On the high end, chemical engineering making $75,000 on average each year. Close behind, computer engineering, and then computer science at $73,000. Now, look at the contrast here, though. Graduate students of social services as well as family and consumer sciences only making $37,000 a year, and ranking the lowest theology and religion with an average of $36,000 a year. Another CIAA tournament comes to an end. After the break, how fans celebrated before those new champions were crowned.
And we're dry today, but a new weather maker moves in tomorrow and ups our chances for some rain. That's not the only rain chance this week. I'm tracking another weather maker by week's end. I've got an updated look at exactly what this means for our temperatures this week in a couple of minutes. It's 10:39. You're watching Fox 45 Morning News.
Another CIAA tournament in the books here in Baltimore City. Before the winners were crowned yesterday afternoon, fans got a taste of a fun day at FanFest. The celebration featured live music, food, and organizers say it's just a great way for everyone to connect and learn about what Baltimore has to offer.
Future. Baltimore hosting this event is a big deal. We want people to understand how amazing our city is here, but also have an opportunity to connect and once again learn about the HBCU experience. It's an experience for the entire family. So even if you have younger kids, there's photo booths and videos, and there's gaming, and there's just an opportunity to connect with your family and again learn about the Maryland Health Department, learn about the Department of Transportation and what they're doing to make the city better.
Our weather maker, the next one's already on its way. Yep, that's right, coming to the Baltimore region, and meteorologist Amy Aronson is tracking it, and she'll show us how those temperatures are going to hold up. But first, Southern California getting battered by winter weather. After the break, the next steps in their recovery process. You're watching Fox 45 Morning News, all local, all morning. During the month of February, we are celebrating Black History Month all month long by highlighting champions of courage in our neighborhoods. This morning, we're introducing you to one of the former Columbia students who's now keeping on a mission to make sure her students are fed. She did this during the pandemic, and she's continued it. Shannon Lilly shows us how she started a chain reaction.
Inside the barn in Oakland Mills, Columbia's youth learning the skills they need to score, both on and off the court. It's part of a new pilot violence prevention program called PUSH.
You're releasing down here, release up here.
Program director Saquon Maxwell giving kids a safe space to hang out, do homework, and just be themselves.
My biggest thing is letting kids know if you put kindness into the world and you be genuine to who you are, it'll take you a long way. You just, like I just said, I tell my kids all the time, kindness is free, spread it everywhere.
But in order to spread that kindness here,
okay, so you're gonna put 20 here.
Maxwell is receiving a little kindness himself.
I would most definitely say, in a lot of ways, she is the spine to the PUSH program.
He's talking about Erica Chavarria.
After you get back from California, let's definitely head over to Wild Lake.
A former teacher at Maxwell's high school in Columbia turned business partner.
Saquon had posted something on Twitter, basically with his program that he had developed called PUSH, and he basically said, you know, if you just let the youth lead, we have so much to offer.
And her response was, that's perfect. That's what we need to do. Like, this is what I'm trying to set up.
The PUSH program beginning in 2022, but for Shavaria, it was just the latest step in her already growing nonprofit.
So this is the first post that I posted that started the whole thing. It was March 11, 2020, and it says, if they close HCPSS, I volunteer to run meals to students and families who are in need or help in locations where food will be offered.
3 days later, Columbia Community Care was started. And 3 years later, the nonprofit is now a well-oiled machine, functioning out of their relief headquarters at the old Columbia Flyer building to address poverty and hunger in the community.
Make sure that the order is correct, that their address is right.
Already serving well over 150,000 residents with weekly deliveries of groceries.
We were sort of building the plane as we were flying it, and so I never studied to be, I never studied how to build a nonprofit or even intended to build an organization. I was a teacher. I'm still, like, in my head, in my heart, I'm still a teacher.
And it's that heart that drives the mission, well beyond hunger relief.
If you look at history, and you look at, the civil rights movement or the power movements in the past, young people were at the forefront of those fights.
A fight that Shavaria, too, is championing through her work to give youth and families in need a better shot at life.
And that's the notion of Dr. King's dream, right? That we all can coexist and we all can live amongst each other and create opportunities for each other while helping each other and spreading love to each other. Yeah, that's 110 Dr. King.
And that's why Erica Shavaria is a champion of courage.
All right, all this month, we are going to salute our champions of courage as positive role models who keep the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s alive. You can watch the Champions of Courage special right here on Fox 45 this morning at 11:30. You can also watch it later today on MyTV Baltimore at 2. Along the West Coast, Southern California is getting slammed by a wintry mix of weather in what forecasters are calling the worst winter storm in decades, possibly. Residents there are dealing with rare and historic blizzard warnings and flash flood alerts. They're predicting up to a foot of snow and winds up to 80 miles per hour in the mountains around Los Angeles. Even the iconic Hollywood sign got a little dusting. The storm has dumped several inches of rain in the region since it began rolling through on Tuesday. The California Highway Patrol has already closed 2 major freeways due to dangerous driving conditions. Then in Michigan, their residents are cleaning up following the winter storm that plowed through their region last week. Nearly 400,000 homes are still without power as of yesterday afternoon. At this point, we know utilities in Michigan are working to restore power to the area. They say they should do so by tonight, but there's still about a half of an inch weighing down some of those power lines. All right, meteorologist Amy Aronson, no ice on our power lines by any stretch.
No, just a little bit of pretty snow yesterday, but that was really about it. February going down as potentially the warmest February on record. We still have 3 days to go, but as of now, we are ranked #1 with an average temperature that includes highs and lows of 44.8 degrees. And we have had some incredible warmth this month, and today's actually going to end up being another nice, mild February day. We're in the mid-40s right now with that west-southwesterly wind at 11 miles an hour. A little bit of sun shining through the clouds right now, looking down at the Inner Harbor. And things are nice and quiet. We have high pressure to our south. If you check out the arrows rotating around that high, you'll notice they're going to usher our winds in from the south and the southwest today. And that's what's going to help bring our temperatures up before this little cold front dips in from the north. That's not going to send us any issues. It will just cool us down a little bit come tomorrow. But today it's going to help us warm up. In advance of that, temperatures will climb into the 50s. That front presses through and then cooler air arrives tomorrow and some rain will follow. This is our next weather maker. Starts around midday. We see a skinny line of showers come through. Most of the rain, the on and off showers will hold off until Monday afternoon, Monday evening, and Monday night as this storm clears our area. Now for us, this is all rain, but look at what's happening for our neighbors to the north here. New England in for a decent snowstorm from this system. For us, it clears out of here early Tuesday morning, and after that, we're actually going to warm up to spring-like levels again. And today we're headed there, mid-50s this afternoon. A nice pleasant end to the weekend if you want to squeeze in some time outside. Little breezy out there with winds gusting up to 15-20 miles an hour. Tonight, under mostly clear skies, the cold air is back and we drop back to near freezing and back to the low 30s. And tomorrow, temperatures will dip briefly. We're back in the upper 40s as some rain moves through the area. But after that, looking nice as we say goodbye to February and hello to March. We're near 60 degrees both Tuesday and Wednesday, and then mid-60s will actually follow on Thursday. And according to the Climate Prediction Center, an early look at the first couple of weeks in March shows there's actually a decent chance temperatures will take a turn for the cooler, below average temperatures possible in our area. And this outlook actually runs all the way through March 24th. In the short term, we can see some temperature ups and downs this week. We're briefly down tomorrow, but then we're near 60 degrees again as we kick off March on Wednesday. Mid-60s will follow on Thursday with a new weather maker. As the showers move through with that, though, some cooler air will take over, and we're back in the low 50s on Friday, and then mid-40s will follow for the start of next weekend. Taylor?
Alrighty. We want to see what the weather is like where you are. Just put your phone's camera screen at the QR code, and you can share your pictures and videos with us. You can also go to foxbaltimore.com/chime in or use your Fox 45 News mobile app. Just click the Explore, then Chime In tab. Topping your health headlines, people will soon be able to self-test for both the flu and COVID-19 in one fell swoop. You don't even have to leave your home. The FDA authorized the first over-the-counter home test that can detect both influenza A and B, as well as the virus that causes COVID-19. They say the virus and the Lucra of COVID-19 and flu home test provides results in around half an hour, just using simple samples from that nasal swab. The single-use test does not require a doctor's prescription, and the FDA is recommending that those who test positive contact their doctor, report the results, and receive follow-up care. When it comes to your mental health, a new study shows teens and young adults who spend less time online may feel better about their body. Scientists from the Eastern Ontario Research Institute found that signs of depression and anxiety in young adults who use social media for at least 2 hours a day go up. Now, on the other hand, they noted improvements in self-esteem and body image in people who cut their time online in half. The study included more than 200 undergraduate students between the ages of 17 and 25. Tomorrow, SpaceX is going to launch 4 astronauts to the International Space Station. The crew includes NASA astronaut Woody Hauberg and Russian astronaut Andy Favey. It's the first space flight for both of these men. Now, the American is a former research scientist at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. The Russian, retired from the Russian Air Force.
Well, I just want to fly, period.
For me, space travel is all about the exploration and the discovery and the adventure. I think we travel to space because it's there and we don't know about it and want to know more.
The two will be traveling in the Dragon capsule, which is expected to reach the space station on Tuesday. They're going to replace a U.S., Russian, Japanese crew that's been there since October. We're going to feel some spring-like temperatures this week, but what about the rain? Meteorologist Amy Aronson is looking at how this weather maker is making its way here in her 10-day forecast. Look at that sky. What a gorgeous shot there as we look at the sun as it casts down on the city of Baltimore. It's going to be a gorgeous day here. But we are maybe looking for a weather maker. We don't know.
Yeah, weather maker coming in tomorrow, Taylor. Today looks quiet, though. We'll enjoy the mid and upper 50s this afternoon. Upper 40s are back on Monday with some rain coming in during the afternoon. But then Tuesday and Wednesday look awesome as we kick off March. We're near 60 degrees again before another weather maker closes out the week. That sends us some more rain showers and will cool us down. So by next weekend, for the first full weekend of March, doesn't really feel like it. We're actually in the mid and upper 40s as we head through next weekend. And then it looks like low 50s will follow. So it looks like March could be trending a little cooler after what's been a very, very mild February so far. With 3 days left, we're actually looking at the potential for the warmest February on record.
And you know what? I'm loving it.
Not complaining about it. We're skipping winter, right?
Yeah.
Besides that brief burst of snow we had yesterday.
Brief.
Yes.
We'll see for March. Thanks for joining us here this Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weeks. And of course, check back in with us for that Champions of Courage special at 11:30.